Pianist playing What a Wonderful World outside Ukraine Lviv Station amongst many refugees escaping Putin's war put me to tears. Less than 6 hours later, I tweeted my idea I want to chat with her. And then less than 48 hours after that, I chatted with her, and here is my interview with her. Thank you so much for being interviewed by me here today. Can you please introduce yourself and please say your name in English and also Ukrainian?
Hello, my name is Olga, or Ola, short name. The second name is Nechi Porchuk, very hard word. And I am a tutor. I work like a teacher who prepares the students for exams. I'm not teacher of music, of piano. It's my hobby.
Ah, I see.
I see.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I live in Lviv, and when the war was started, I decided with my friends to play at the train station because this is the way which we can help Ukrainian using using my talents.
Wow, it's so wonderful. So this we'll get to the song that you play that touched millions of people. But so you guys do this almost every day, is that right? How long have you been playing? Almost every day.
Every day during 10 days. Okay,
10 days.
During 10 days, yes.
Right.
We decided to support all of Ukrainians, all citizens of our city, also all refugees. First of all, maybe refugees, and every Ukrainian who is scared, who is afraid this situation in our country.
Right, right. Like from us looking at the TV station, television report, there's so many people just more than 2 weeks ago living a very normal, regular life, and then all of a sudden we have more than 1.5 million refugees spreading across
Around the world.
Around the world, and that is so heartbreaking. Like adults, women, and children, and then the men have to stay, and the touching scenes. It just breaks my heart, right? So, by the way, you have your sister here, and I'll let your sister briefly introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Halina, or Hala, this is the short version, Safronyeva. So I work as a teacher of English and as well as work as an employment coach at an NGO here in Lviv. So I live here as well. I have been living here actually for 13 years. So I was born here, in fact, but my life story is too long, so I don't want to take your time. So like right now during the wartime, I help international journalists with translation. So I am a kind of fixer or interpreter. So I help them
Thank
to
you so
communicate
much.
with others.
Thank you so much for jumping in to help your sister and being our translator if needed. Your sister speaks great English. Olga, you speak a great English, but in some cases, if I don't express well, I'm so glad your sister can help. So
I can help.
Thank you so much. So let me jump to the song that touched so many people. What a Wonderful World. What got you to think of playing that song that day? Like, do you have a repertoire of songs, or what's the thinking behind? Oh, at that moment, you want to play the song.
First of all, I want to say that I every day go to the train station, the railway station, and during 1 or 2 hours I am playing the piano there, and this song was one of the
most demanded by people around.
By people around, yes. And first of all, I like this song very much from my childhood, maybe. And I understand that today this song is very Публично-частно.
Relevant.
Relevant.
It's very relevant.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah. So, so you take requests, and on that day, someone give you that request, or it's just that okay, well, let me see. Oh, that's the one of the most requested song, and you play. And you know what? That day, the award-winning, I think he's a photojournalist, Andrew, came by, took the video, and then it became like more than 3 million views of it now so
viral.
far. Less than 48 hours, less than 2 days. So, what do you think? Knowing that wow, that clip has been seen by so many people, and part of the reason is I want to reach out to you and let you know that wow, a lot of people care about you guys and care about your playing of the song.
Як ти почувалася після того, як ти зняв відео, і воно було поширено настільки разів?
Yes, thanks. I was fine. First of all, I wanted to give some message. Like message is that Ukraine is our country is really strong, and I'm sure all of us are sure that victory will be ours. So I decided to play that song, and not only that song, but tweets. Nothing changed for me. Honestly, to be honestly.
Nothing changed yet. But
Maybe, yes.
even in
Maybe,
Canada
yes,
TV
maybe.
station news and on Twitter, like it's so many views and people leaving comments. Like myself, I cry after listening to your playing so many
I remember
times.
he wrote me this, and I think, oh my God, did he really cry about my playing? Oh my God, it's very pleasure.
did.
Thank you.
Mhm.
By the way, a few days ago, I hadn't Twitter, and yesterday I decided to download this.
Oh,
And
right.
yes.
So you now have
In fact,
Twitter.
Twitter is much popular in Ukraine because people prefer Facebook or Instagram. So that's why she didn't have a profile there.
Oh, I see.
Up until yesterday.
Right.
So yesterday was
Right.
the first official day of using Twitter.
Oh, okay, I
Yes.
see. Tell us your Twitter handle, and I will follow it too after this interview.
Oh, I guess we will write it here so you will not be confused.
Okay,
by
sure,
long name.
Okay, good. You type there, and then I'll put it in the video. So,
Okay.
so this is the perfect place. Can you say, Olga, are you still okay to play a little bit of music for us? Play piano.
Yes, of course.
So,
of course.
do you want to play a little bit of What a Wonderful World, and then come back and talk a little, just a little. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for playing it for us. Yeah, it still touched me. It's the message that our world can be so much more beautiful, and it was beautiful until Putin. It's his war, really. Russians don't support it, and it's his war. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Right. So let me. By the way, if there are any questions that you don't want to answer, you don't have to. So I'm going to ask a few questions. May I ask you, Olga? How old are you? You look very young. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 36 years
36.
old.
Wow. But like if I remember right, you said you're not going to leave, right? So let me tell you what I would do. If I were a woman, I think I would leave because women and children, you can leave, right? Men have to stay to fight. And this, I guess this is a question for you and your sister too. Why do you guys, I really worry for you guys. Why do you guys choose to stay?
Thank you for your question. First of all, we are so patriotic of our country. Can you believe it? I decided that I will be here in my city, in my country, to the very end of this war. Sorry.
Yep.
And I believe in our victory. I believe that my Ukrainian people are very strong, are very
Courageous.
Courageous.
Everything will be all right. We know that. I don't want to fly or to go something like Poland or Hungary. Today we have a lot of possibilities to do this, but I don't want.
You guys live right next to the train station. I mean, you were playing at the train station where a lot of people, I think, going to Poland, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we go abroad, but I decided in the first day of this war that I will be here at my home with my son, with my family, with my friends who decided to stay here, and we are ready for everything. And
but we still plan to stay here.
You plan to stay here. Well, you have a son too. So how, may I ask, how old is your son and your whole family? Like, how big is the family? Like, wow. I thought like you are very young and like you have no worries, but you have a son, you have a family, and wow, but you still choose to stay. Oh, I so admire you all. Tell us more.
Thank you so much. My son, his name is Max.
Max?
This is the short name. Maxim. Max.
The full version is Maxim.
Maxim.
Yes. He is 11 years old.
11.
He is a pupil of student of 6th
Right.
form. Right?
6th form.
Yes. And also we.
Okay, I can continue.
Continue. Yeah.
Since we are siblings, right now we are living together. But I have a husband. I'm pregnant right now, so my situation is a little bit more complicated. But still, I decided to stay here because I had no plan to move abroad, like for the next couple of months at least. So I decided to stay here because actually, right now, I see no point for me in going abroad by my own or with my sister. I don't know. Like I would like to stay here because this was like my plan to stay here, to give a birth to my future baby here. And then maybe I can try to work somewhere abroad because this is still my dream, to try to live abroad, like to feel this kind of ambience or atmosphere of another country. So we decided to stay here, and actually my mom, our mom and our aunt, our godmothers, they live in another city, which is 300 kilometers from here. So like we keep in touch every day. We call each other maybe 3 or 4 times per day. So we ask about everything. We try to support them because they really worry about us since I'm pregnant. Like she has fun.
Now I'm worried about you too. Not just them. I am worried.
Don't be worried. Like right now, the situation is much safer than before. I mean, here in western part of Ukraine,
in Lviv region.
Yes, in Lviv region. And for example, speaking about people who are moving abroad right now, I was at the train station 2 days ago when I translated something for journalists, and there were hundreds of people in one single line waiting for the train to Poland. And I was so shocked because there were many other trains to other countries, you know, like to Hungary, to Romania, but they decided to choose Polish train. Yeah, and people are afraid. People think that maybe Poland is closer to Ukraine, speaking about mindset and mentality, all these like other process.
It's just across the. Is it just across the border, right? And it's it's a NATO country, right? So
Actually, it is 70 kilometers from here, from our city, but it is the closest European country for us.
right.
And so people are like really, they are super tired. They are really exhausted. They are hungry because
Right.
there are no good conditions for them to stay at the train stations. For example, the toilets are closed or like half
Right.
closed. So all these conditions are awful, to be honest. And people are coming and coming. I guess maybe thousands of them are coming every day
Yes.
to Lviv. And right now it is impossible to find an apartment, to rent a single room for one family, or like for, I don't know, for 2 or 3 families as well.
Right.
Also with animals.
Yes, and
by the
people
way.
are arriving with animals, and sometimes they abandon them just right at the train station.
Oh.
Yes, there are
Painful.
many volunteers who keep them up, who take them up, pick them up, yes, and
Right.
put them into some shelters. So shelters are overfull with animals abandoned.
Right.
And when you look right now at this train station, it is totally different than it used to be, for example,
2 weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago or 3 weeks ago.
Right. Yeah.
Our city is completely different, but like we are Ukrainians, and we are used to this type of situation because the war has officially started 8 years ago when the Donbass war was occupied. So,
East part of
yes,
Ukraine.
the eastern
Right,
part, some
right,
regions
yeah.
were occupied. Yeah, but we didn't feel that much back then. But right now, as a city which accepts a lot of refugees, we can like feel it stronger, much stronger.
Right, right, yeah. We in the West, like in Canada, we see it in the news, and I think in the States too, like the long lineup of people, women and children. And there was a scene I distinctly remember: a mother lift her baby up for a worker, a man to carry up to the platform, and then they're trying to do it orderly. It's just so painful to watch, right? And all because of what one person's war, and that is just so wrong. Right? So your whole extended family are still in Ukraine. What may I ask? Again, if I screw up the pronunciation, please forgive me. So the city that you are in is Lviv, is that right?
Lviv.
Lviv.
Lviv. It's Lviv, kind of like the English word live, but slightly pronounced differently. Lviv, right?
Yeah, yes. It's similar to Lviv, but in
Right.
fact it is Lviv.
Lviv. Lviv.
Cities that are hard to pronounce. That's
Lviv.
true.
Lviv, yeah. There's some Chinese city, Mandarin city,
Yeah.
that's difficult to pronounce too. So Lviv, I'll try. So Lviv, how's the city living right now? Like the supermarket or the places, what's the day-to-day living like for you guys?
Can I continue? Or do you want-
Okay, just a little. I
Okay.
try.
Okay.
Some supermarket work, but products are very, jak mówię,
We are running out of products like very fast.
at this time, yeah. But some workers are working. They continue to work, and some products, some продовжуйте. Okay.
What do you
Що
say?
продовжується постачання продуктів і налагодженості.
So there is a good logistics system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so supermarkets receive products which are really necessary, but the problem is that, for example, if the supermarket opens at 8 o'clock, at 8:10, like you can't buy half of the products because they have already been sold.
Right,
You know?
right. A lot of people lining up right at the open, and then even though I assume, please correct me if I'm wrong. So people still buy things orderly. They won't buy like 20 of one thing. They each buy a limited amount, but they're still
Actually,
sold out.
There is a limited number, for example, of loaves of bread which you can take. For example, 2 loaves of bread per person. So you can't take more. It is forbidden. So it actually depends also on the supermarket, on the shop, because if it is a smaller one, people don't know about it. So you can get whatever you want from there. But if it is some kind of like huge chain of shops or supermarkets, which is really well known, the lines are so long. Like you need to really wait in the queue. Okay, right now it is a bit easier, but 1 week ago, Oh, you could see, I guess, thousands of people standing in a line, and people also wanted to withdraw their money.
Right.
First few days of the war, yes, it was really awful to see the long lines before pharmacies, yes, in front of the ATM. So like all wanted to take money to buy some medicine and to move abroad. Yes, and also at the gas station, the situation was terrible, really.
Terrible. Right, right. But there's still some new supply coming in, right? So, for example, gas or money, like the bank machine, they may be long lineup, but if not today, tomorrow they will still put new one in.
Yeah, exactly. They work like as it was before. So like now, right now, everything is well organized here in Lviv. Because this is the city which accepts the biggest number of refugees from around Ukraine.
Right, right. Yeah, and I have to say, I think the world so admire your president, right? President Zelensky, right? Did I say his name right? So he is, I don't want to put anyone on a super high pedestal and think he's done no wrong. There is no such person in the world. But for a president that he has shows so much courage, they are lesser president or prime minister. If asked, like, we have got a plane for you to fly away, they will fly away, and a lot have flown away. He stayed and has inspired so much, right? And like to me anyway, I think to many people in the West, he and you guys are fighting for democracy, not just for Ukrainians. And it is because he is a bully with nuclear weapons. If we let Ukraine fall, then who is next? He can do anything, right? I mean, if he can take your country. So tell us what you think about your president.
Oh,
you go first.
We love our president so much. First of all, I think that everybody knows that our president was an actor, a comic, and I remember during my childhood, I liked him like a comic, like an actor so much. And when he started his career like politics, we were just a little in shock, skeptical.
Really? Yeah. What? This funny man get into politics? What?
Why are you doing, sir? But okay, nowadays we see that our president is really superhero. He is so strong, courageous, and
wise.
Yes, we are surprised.
Yeah.
And we love him so much, and he is the best president in the world, in my opinion.
I cannot agree more. And you,
well, you know, I can even experience this super radical change of the image of the president, which happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because before, I guess world didn't take him seriously as much as it takes right now. Because right now he shows, I don't know, the bravery, which I think this kind of bravery, this is something what our previous presidents were lacking, like really. So they lacked it a lot. Because I remember, hopefully we live in a democratic country. We have democracy here, so we can choose our president legally. Like it is not like in other different countries, which are like it is super hard for them to choose him or her legally. But here we are super happy that actually he became national hero right now. So everyone, I guess everyone is speaking about Zelensky.
No, national, world,
worldwide. Yes,
right.
he's famous worldwide. So we are really surprised, and like this is such a cool change. I can really feel and see it.
Yeah, I cannot agree more. Like there was a photo of President Zelensky visiting Canada, or they meet. So there's a photo of President Zelensky and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. The words are, Prime Minister Trudeau inspire
President Zelensky to get into politics. But now is the other way around in the sense that I'm sure Prime Minister Justin Trudeau so admire and respect President Zelensky in this moment of time that he did all the right things that, like, some may expect, but no one expect that much, and then some more, and then some more, and then more, right? That is just to me that was quite something. Yeah. So since you mentioned piano playing, shall we put a little bit more piano playing? How about Imagine? Put some hope, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Okay, yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Thanks.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, we can all imagine that, and the whole world is imagining what more we can do, and I think the world leaders are doing more and more. There are things that even Canada, I can't speak for other countries, but Canada some days ago was saying we're only sending defensive, like vests or helmets and whatnot, but then some days ago we said, oh, okay, we'll send offensive weapons to help you guys defend your country. So not just protect, but shooting and other attacking weapons. And I think no one in the world thought you could sanction a whole central bank, the bank, Russian bank, sanctioned it. Well, we've done it, and we keep doing more. And I think that's when I listen to the song Imagine, that's what I think. So what do you guys imagine? What do you think?
Oh, to be honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It depends on everything, on everyone, on different situations. I don't know.
Tough question. Tough question. Well, as for me, like, you know, I have no doubts that Ukrainians will win. Like, I am super calm right now. Even if I'm pregnant, like, I can't panic. I'm still super calm because, you know, I have this kind of inner, I don't know, confidence, which says, yes, we will win. Like, definitely we will win. Like, no one has doubts about it. So that's why I imagine that one day, I hope, one day we will have a chance to look at Russia from a totally different angle, like a democratic country with democratic society, with a much wiser president and more democratic president. So, like, for me, I really would like to see this moment in the future.
But when?
But yes, we don't know when. But, like, if I can say that this is my dream, okay, that's my dream. Because I would like to see that there is no war in the future. No, in no single country, on no single continent, there are no wars at all. Because right now I can feel it much deeper and much closer than before, than I have ever imagined before.
Yeah, you guys are so wise in your position to be able to say that. Like for us in the West, we live in our own safety and whatnot. But then I think we need to think like you guys did. If we do not take lessons from this and we evaluate war, we are more stupid than we should, because like really for what? Why attack? Like really we get part of the country or the whole country or small part? Like really so much suffering, right? And I think we can all see from I can speak from the outside perspective. We all see Ukrainians will not give up. Even if he took the whole country, the people inside will never give up fighting. And I think with that hope, you guys would win. I really hope, but we don't know. We don't know, and that's the terrible side of things, right? So yeah, if I may ask a little bit, since you are here anyway, what is the fixer or the translator work or that you are doing? Like you are down on the ground with reporters, right? Was that a lot of harrowing moment? If you don't mind sharing a little bit.
I will translate for her a little bit. Він запитує, яку я роботу роблю, тобто для кого я перекладаю. Я перекладаю.
Okay, yes.
So here we are hosting one Belgian journalist who came from Brussels. Yeah, so since I speak French as well, I help him with translation from French to Ukrainian and backwards. And we are also hosting 2 Italian journalists, 1 French journalist and 1 Australian journalist in our another apartment in Lviv here. So I also help them to communicate between each other because they don't speak like French. For example, Italians don't speak French. Australian guy doesn't speak Italian or French. So I also help them with translation. So this is my main task. Then I help them to coordinate with local volunteers because we have a lot of local centers with volunteers who help our army, who help civilians, who help refugees. So these journalists come there, they take photos, they make some short interviews, they write their stories. So I really appreciate the work of international journalists who highlight all the events which take place here in Lviv. And I also help with translation at the train station because, for example, there are some people, some foreigners who from eastern part of Ukraine who probably can't speak Ukrainian, but all the announcements at the train station are done in Ukrainian, but they can't understand. So sometimes I help with translation as well. And when I see that people panic less with my help, like I can do whatever is possible, whatever I can. So I try to use my strong points or I don't know.
Thank you so much.
My talents, since I'm really advanced languages. So this is the way I can be useful right now at this moment.
Wow, thank you so much. Ukrainian, English, French, in the
Russian and Slovakian.
What's that?
Russian, Slovak, Ukrainian, French, English, and a little bit of Polish.
Wow, so many languages.
I used to learn Spanish, but then when I started to learn French, my Spanish just disappeared.
Oh, I see. But so many languages already. And I think languages and communication help bring the world together. But in this case, obviously, you help people that needs help, right? The journalists or the people are really panicking. If they don't understand the announcement, they miss their train, and then it's nightmare, right? And thank you so much. So I've taken you guys a lot of times. So let me jump to the one last song that I will ask you to play. It is Over the Rainbow, and then we maybe talk some more and wrap this up. Do you know the Judy Garland Over the Rainbow song? No? No. Sorry. I shouldn't have put you on the spot. you said people at the station give you requests, right? So the most request is "What a Wonderful World." Tell me, what are some other songs there
Of course,
that people ask?
also a lot of Ukrainian songs. A lot of Ukrainian.
A lot of Ukrainian songs.
National anthem as well.
Right, right. So we'll
Number
definitely get you to play the national anthem. What other songs? Well, maybe we'll go with the national anthem. How about that? So let's go with the national anthem.
Okay.
How about play that for us?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Right. After talking to you both, I really felt so much respect and admiration for you both. Like,
Thank
and
you.
and knowing you have, you have a son, and then you are pregnant, Hera.
Yeah.
And I just, part of me now, I need to worry about you to think, not worry. You both and your family will always be in my mind when I look at the news, and I'll keep in touch on via social media, and finger crossed, and all my best wishes that you guys will be safe, and then this stupid war will be finished soon, very soon. So I'll give the last word to you both. Please say something to our viewers, and then what do you want to say?
I would like to say for everyone who can hear me now, everyone can support us, Ukrainians, support us, but if you can support us in your cities or villages, towns, you go on the street and show your real position, your opinion to the world. And this will be the best support for our country now.
And let me take a word, yeah. And I would like to say thank you to every single person who supports right now, who supported day before yesterday, 1 week ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago, forever. Because maybe there is someone who thinks that they can't do anything in this situation because they are too small, like compared to the whole world. But I'm sure that even if you're a drop in the ocean, we can be an ocean. So we can support each other. And for me, it is not like one-way help. It is mutual help, because one day we will also help the whole world as well. Right now we are building the new country, and I'm sure that we are, and the future, bright future is coming. It will come very soon. And I hope that many people from Canada, from Spain, from Hungary, from other countries will come to Ukraine and will see like the people whom they helped before. And I am sure that we will help them as well to discover our culture better, to discover our country better, to make friends here, to make some good acquaintances here, to maybe to try to study Ukrainian, I don't know if they wish. But I really expect this situation when we can support each other, no matter the nationality or continent, like when we are really supportive I'm sure we are approaching the bright future, and it will come much sooner. So I'm really thankful to everyone who supports us mentally, physically, in a written form, orally, yeah, financially, because your support is really important for us, and we really appreciate it. Even if Ukrainians can't express it well using English language, I would like to speak on behalf of probably Ukrainians who can't express themselves well. So I would really like and love to invite you to Ukraine when it is when there is no war, when it is peaceful, and when it is like when the situation will be much more how to say relaxed. Yeah, relaxed. I really hope to see foreigners here in Ukraine. I hope they will no longer have fear to come here to Ukraine, because right now, unfortunately, there are still a lot of stereotypes about our country, but we are trying to break them, and we are trying to do anything possible to prove that we, as Ukrainians, deserve a better future than we have right now. So that's why I'm really thankful to everyone. I also would like to say thank you, Captain, for your work, because what you are doing is really great. Yeah, and every single interview of yours is really worth millions of views, I'm sure, or billions of views. And we really feel this support, even from Canada, which is far, far away from here. So thanks to everyone who is engaged into this process. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for fighting on behalf of us, for doing your work, the music, beautiful music, and the translation work, and then all your Ukrainian fighters that are fighting the Putin's war. That is so. Let us admire you guys so much. Right? So, good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Hope to see you here in Ukraine.
I hope to visit one day.
Okay, you're welcome.